Hi everyone. We are here to present exercise 2 for week 3. And this is Priyanka's group wherein team members are Gopika, Saurabh, Devi, and David. Let's look at the first slide. Here we are answering the task 1, wherein the first question was which visuals are useful on a dashboard. So most importantly, simple text is useful whenever we have to represent a number or two, like we have presented here, shown here. Then the tables works great while working with mixed audience so that people can concentrate on their area. Line is good for showing continuous data or showing trend. Scatter plot is good for showing relationship between the two things, so as to see how they're connected. Heat maps are useful to show the tabular data, but in terms of visual cues, so that you can see the uh, uh, more color portions depicts the more emphasis. Then slope graph, it's good for showing relative increase or relative decrease for 2 time periods, if the thing is increasing or decreasing. And the bar works well with categorical data or when the comparison is done between the categories. The second question was how can visual be used together? So visuals can be used together in the form of dashboards. Dashboard is a way which connect visual aspects across the visualization. Each type of visual has different purpose and a way to show the data. For example, line chart displays the trends and the bar chart shows the comparison between the categories. By comparing visuals, it could help the audience to understand the story of the data, and dashboard can actually tells a complete data story from start to finish, and it keeps the stakeholders on the same page. The third question was which sequence would these visuals be used to tell a story? So first of all, we have to emphasize patterns regarding how things change over time, a trend chart or something like that. Then we have to rank the order to compare. Let's say if we want to show which product was sold in previous month. So the ranking on the from higher to lower, comparing the part of the whole. So again, we can use bar chart for the comparison, look for patterns and deviation, frequency, correlation. So in case there are some changes or data connectors, then we can show that. Then we can show two things like a drill down kind of a thing within the chart or a dashboard to do the comparison between the two products, or like how the product has been sold to a different locations, how the sales performance based on the two locations. Moving over to next slide, it's about what is the data story the visualization is telling. So in Tableau, a story is a sequence of visualization that works together to convey influence or information. Viz Gallery on Tableau has many dashboards there, and they are telling all of them are telling the different story, but the common thing is that they have the right visuals for storytelling. They emphasize on how things change over time, and they tell the data narratives, provide context, demonstrate how decisions relate to outcomes, highlight important shift which one category overtakes the another, patterns and anomalies. The next question is where your eyes are drawn to first, second, and third, and so on. So first of all, as a human behavior, we capture the top information, looking for useful thing, and the size and the color on the dashboard. Popping out big sizes and colors captures audience information and charts and graphs. And the third one is all across, looking for additional information or looking for more detailed information highlighted by the previous one. What are the common visual aspects for the visualization? So within the visualization, there are several visual aspects like size of the dot on the chart or size of the bar graph, color, location, network or connections showing how the two data points are connected, and the time into how the information looks over the time or time series in the month or weeks or years time frame or year over year. Then which visualizations are typically used with each other. We feel like simple text, line graph, bar graph, and maps are most common typically used visualizations and Tableau. Now I'll hand it over to Devi, one of my team members. Devi, over to you.
Thank you, Priyanka. So I will presenting about which decisions are supported by which visualization. So the first decision is interrogate your environment. So from this, we got it from three different chart on the right side, the one with the black background. So in this decision, we remain on high alert and avoid complacency about past successes. We actively scan the business landscape for disruptive change coming from industry incumbents, including those in adjustment industry. Be vigilant about new entrants attracting VC funding that might foreshadow threats. Also, we design and play new offense, boldly evaluate, experiment, and engage with. And for the second decision, it's commit with frequency. So as we can see, it's based on three figure on the right side. It's about custom like stepping on customer shoes and then collect data from the customer. And from this decision, we defast to invest, act quickly against possibility of disruption. And then the next decision is experiment deliberately. So from this, we got it from the three figure on the right side. We see the business models and multiplier chart, and then the expectation as well. And then from this decision, we seek innovation over institutionalization, and we don't solidify a competitive advantage. So going to the next slide. So how visualization can be combined together as dashboard to drive decision. So there are a number of visualization types based on their functionality. So the combination of data visualization will increase a better understanding for the user. In the dashboard, there are different categorical information that has to be shown in order to make a decision. So dashboard show data narrative, profit content, demonstrate how decision relate to the to outcomes, highlight important shift when the category overtakes another patterns, anomalies, and etc. What an effective dashboard will look like using visualization in this report. So the first one is showing the most significant number in text, and then in this case is the problem percentage, and then the relation following by the solution on the top of the right side. And after that, some more details about connection between problem and solution, the bottom part, sketching about how to compare the volume and frequency of products being sold for 1 year periods. So that's the sample of the dashboard. Like the first stop, we're using a line graph, and then the bottom left, we're using a bar chart, and then on the right side is the pivot table to show the details. And then the second bottom on the left side, it's a sketch of dashboard, how we presenting social media to demonstrate how marketing message went viral. So on the fourth top part, we're using simple text to show like the percentage about the comment rates, share rates, like rates, click rates. And in the bottom part, we're using bar chart to show the comparison between like and share between each all of the social media like Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Instagram, and extra. And then the third chart on the top right side, we are comparing sales number by sales territory and customer geography. So on the top part, we show the sales name and then the number of sales and the territory. And then the bottom part, we have a pivot table to show the details like which company, like which customer that we sell and how much the sales. And then on the right side, we show about the table territory map. And then you can click on the map and then they will show like who is the sales representation and then how much sales she made or he made. And then the last chart is presenting on how information spread through companies. So the top left, um, we show two different type of information. The first one, oh, the media, like type of media that we use to spread the information. So the first one we use phone, and then we use the company website, and then we make the comparison of the percentage, like how many percent. And then the one on the right side, we compare for 2 years about the information about the personal or about the revenue of the company. And then the bottom part, we show the pivot tables about the details of the data. And I will pass the next slide to Saurav. He will present them for the rest. Thank you.
Thanks, Devi. Now moving on to the task 3. The shared article usually it explains the various applications of AR in various fields. For example, medicine, gaming, or let's just say engineering. So let's talk about the first question, like when AR is best used. So according to the article, we believe that creating an immersive experience for engineers is the best use case of AR, as it allows engineers to scale their products on a normal level and then even expand them if they want a detailed view of the model. The second question was which visualization works best with the AR. We believe dash charts, which includes dashboards, which includes 3D charts and plots, will be the best use case in terms of AR. They'll require various text such as virtual gear or virtual headphones, which will create an immersive experience for the presenters and even for the presentee. Then we discuss what were the learnings that we found in the article. From this, we recognize that the use cases of AR are not just limited to the gaming, but they have practical applications as well, even though they are limited. But in terms of entertainment, AR has a bright future. Now moving on to the scenario. The scenario presented to us was that we have to present information to the stakeholders. So taking the key aspect to stakeholders, we believe the agenda should be specific and the aim of the presentation should be minimum. With this, we believe that there were 4 types of technologies that or supplementary hardware that we could be used. That is displays for monitoring the presentation, the eyeglasses and contact lenses to create an immersive experience, the headsets or the virtual headsets for the audio output, and then the projectors for the presentation as well. And in this also, we believe that 3D charts and plots should be used as they will hold the most information possible. And it would also allow the audience to have their own option of filtering out the data, like which fields they would want to put first or which fields they want to take it out from the presentation. So all in all, I believe AR has a lot of applications, even though with its limitations,